Welcome to another episode of Magic Hour. I'm Paul Chappell.
And I'm Curtis Hood.
And we are reviewing Hobbs Shaw, a movie you've probably never heard of. Right?
And you're probably very confused on what it is.
It's a little art house film. You check it out. Yeah. It's okay. No, man, as you know, I did a no spoiler review of this movie.
Right. Which, I would advise for the before. Mm-hmm. But, man, it was another action-packed entertainment, star-studded, give me some more verbs. It was wide open from beginning to end. Adrenaline rush, lots of nice cars.
It's funny you should say that because, okay, for me, these movies get a little bit of repetitive, but I feel like you can't really even review these movies because it's irrelevant what I say, and I realized that when I came home because my wife was out of town. She got back. She asked me what I've been doing. I said, I went and saw Hobbs Shaw. First thing she asked, she didn't ask how good it was. She asked me, how long does it take for Jason Statham to take his shirt off?
Immediately.
And I was
he didn't have a shirt on in his opening scene.
But I was like thinking, you know what? This movie's going to make $1 billion.
It is. Because there's a lot of beautiful people in it. And
but I realized, I was looking at the call sheet for this movie. The writer and director, and the writer is Chris Morgan. You look at his stats. He's written like every Fast and Furious movie since I think the fourth one or something.
Really?
Oh no, he might even worked on Tokyo Drift, or either he was the producer or the writer. But he's written almost every movie, and I'm thinking makes a ton of sense because he uses the same freaking terms over and over again.
And it's the same architecture too. I mean, like you said in your no spoilers review, there's three main things about a Fast and Furious movie, and it's like cars, family,
explosions,
and gratuitous action. Gratuitous action. That's a nice way of putting it.
And I like I brought up in my review, is annoying because the characters in these movies do crazy stunts, and that would take a stunt man weeks to prepare for. They do it off the cuff, and they're never terrified. Like when Rock jumps out of the window and is just falling down, just floating through the air. No fear.
He's got this.
He's got this.
He's got this. He's going to fall because he's going to fall exactly where he is diving.
Right. There is.
So
I know you have to have a suspension of disbelief, but let me get back to Chris Morgan being a writer because he uses the same terms. Let's say Congress wanted to put a stop to these films. If they were just to ban 3 phrases, they could cripple this franchise.
Okay, what are they?
The 3 phrases are off the grid. We got to get off the grid, Curt. We got to get off the grid.
Yeah.
Somebody hack the mainframe.
Hack the mainframe, yeah.
Curt, we got to get off the grid. Somebody hacked the mainframe.
And now they know.
And you know what? Who did it? Ask me who did it.
Who did it?
I don't know. He's a ghost.
He's a ghost.
He's a ghost. Every freaking movie, he's a ghost. We got to get off the grid.
And somebody's going to hack the mainframe. Scene.
Literally every movie starts like that.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
I could create a movie right now, the next plot for the next movie. The missile silo in Conquistador. That's a place, right? No American cares. Somebody hacked the mainframe. We got to get off the grid. Your line?
But he's a ghost. Nobody knows who he is.
He's a ghost. They're always ghosts. And did you notice? Okay, the thing about family. Okay, yeah, it's all about family, right? It's kind of annoying to me though. It seems like every time they introduce a member of one of these people's families, they either like three things. They're either special forces,
right?
They're either criminals or some type of mechanic.
Right.
One of those three.
But the mechanics are just as good at the things that the spies and the criminals are.
Exactly.
These are some serious mechanics, dude.
Yeah, they're always the best mechanics. They're like okay, he goes to see the Rock goes to see his family in Samoa, and of course you find out his father used to have a chop shop, a illegal chop shop.
Used to be a criminal,
and his sons are all in the car business. And of course they have an international chop shop. They get cars from all over the world.
Oh, and if you can work on cars, you can figure out the engineering of highly sensitive scientific equipment.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Again,
it's like
the Samoan mechanics that take their stuff serious, buddy.
And every member of Deckard Shaw's family is either a criminal or in SAS, which is the British Special Forces.
And when he was standing with his family, he did
Dennis.
not look big. He looked normal with the rest of the people that were supposed to his brothers.
Oh, you're talking about The Rock?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you were talking about Shaw.
Yeah. But no. All his brothers also, his mother was the only one that looked like a normal human being. All the other guys in his family were like from Central Casting.
Right, yeah.
Good looking, the best Samoan men.
Yeah, they went down to Muscle Beach in Samoa.
Right.
And
all
said,
of them perfect specimens of men.
You're all movie stars now.
Cliff Curtis, which plays his brother, is not even Samoan. He's like
and
Maori.
They made him look bigger than he is. He is not. He is not that size. They made him. He must have had a fat suit on or something.
I have seen Chris Curtis. I've seen him play an Arab. Mm-hmm. I've seen him play a Mexican. He played a Mexican in Training Day. This guy, I think he even played Indian. He's played every freaking race.
He's like that guy.
He even played a white guy, I think, and he was in that. He was in one of those Die Hard movies. He was just playing a director of something. I guess his race didn't even matter, but he was acting like a white guy.
That's the guy from Game of Thrones that. He was fighting for Tyrion's honor, and he was from. The South.
Pedro Pascal.
He plays a lot of different races and nationalities.
Man, if you're brown in Hollywood,
it's a good.
You might not be an A-list actor, but you can get work.
A lot of work.
Because there's a lot of work for brown people. Because they usually, in these days, they're either a terrorist or a gang member or something. You can be something if you're brown.
Or
if I went in Hollywood,
they were in the Navy SEALs.
Yeah, something, anything, man. I think about that now. I was like, if I went to Hollywood and was just a character actor like Cliff Curtis, you literally never have a lack of work.
Right, you go from one film to the next.
I mean, of course, you probably have to know how to do accents too.
Well, this is, of course, the review for Hobbs and Shaw, so I guess we kind of need to talk about it.
Okay. Doesn't really matter what the MacGuffin. The MacGuffin is go ahead.
Right, is that the story is if you've seen one of them. If you've seen one of them, you've seen this. Somebody thinks somebody goes rogue, and then they send somebody else, and they get caught up in it, and now they're rogue too.
Yep.
And now they've got to go and use their family to get them out of trouble, or to help them fight the corporation that is trying to destroy the weak of the human element.
Well, but the setup is this virus I guess it was his Deckard Shaw's sister, Haiti Shaw. She's working for MI6. Is it or MI5?
MI5, I think it was.
MI5 is like their FBI.
Mm-hmm.
And MI6 is a spy. Anyway, they bust up some kind of criminal ring who's trying to sell this virus that can wipe out the world, basically. And they kill all the. They pretty much do. They kill all the criminals? No, they just capture all the criminals. They're bagging them up, and then the bad guy. He literally tells them, "Bad guy."
Who the hell are you?
Bad guy.
He's to kick all their asses.
And it's of course Idris Elba. And the only thing I could think of, I'm glad they were in Britain because at least the cops in Britain don't shoot on sight. If that had been
Yeah.
in the States, they just would. He's a black guy with armor. They would just shot him.
Oh,
they just would have shot him. They wouldn't have waited for the "Who are you?" Bad guy. That wouldn't have happened here. They just would have shot the black guy, armor,
Let's talk
approaching us aggressively.
Let's talk about
But she, I just want to point out, she injects herself with the virus. Why would you do that? Why not just keep it in the vial?
especially if you didn't know what it was going to do.
You don't know what it's going to do.
Like she knew it wasn't going to bust open and infect her.
This virus will kill everybody on Earth. Why would you inject yourself with it? It's clear that she knew, she was a little bit familiar with what it could do. I didn't understand that part.
Yeah, well, I don't think that they put a whole lot of thought into the
That's
writing.
what I'm saying. It doesn't
part.
matter.
It doesn't matter because this is a cookie cut action movie.
Well, they didn't want. I think they want why she didn't keep in the vial. They don't want her. There's so much explosion stuff. They don't want to have to explain why this vial didn't blow up. Not that it matters. They could just say this glass is made of unobtainium.
Unobtainium from Avatar.
I mean, that's all. No one would care. Because half of this movie is science fiction anyway.
Yeah, because physics don't work in this movie.
They don't.
There's some the motorcycle. That's what I was going to ask you about.
Oh,
the motorcycle.
That was a cool ass motorcycle.
Well, it was a cool ass motorcycle, but at times was cartoonish, like the stuff that he was making it do.
Idris Elba, the Brixton. That's funny too. The bad guys don't need last name, just Brixton. Yeah, he has a motorcycle that knows when it's needed and just drives up to him, or maybe he's genetically or surgically enhanced.
I think that he's connected to it.
Yeah, he can like.
But it turned into some kind of little go-kart at one point. Did you see that when they were fighting at the big facility in?
Did it? I don't remember.
Yeah, and it turned into some kind of like two-wheel little motor go-kart thing, and then turned back into a motorcycle right when it got to him. And he is being shot. Earlier, he used to be on MI6 with Shaw.
Yeah.
With Derek Shaw.
Shaw shot him in the head.
Shot him in the head because he tried. Brixton tried to recruit Derek Shaw into this secret organization he's a part of. Of course, there's a secret organization.
Is it Ethian? Something like that. Something.
Well, and they left that wide open at the end so that they can continue this. Because now there's going to be Fast and Furious series continuing, and a Hobbs Shaw 2, and so on and so forth.
They're basically ripping off James Bond. What was that organization? Spectre. Mm-hmm. That's basically their Spectre. This organization wants...
G.I. Joe was Cobra.
So the organization he works for, Brixton, I'm talking about, they want the virus. They want to target, re-engineer the virus to kill weak people, whatever that means. So that
only the strong
tough
survive.
people, the tough people survive because this organization believes in human evolution. So,
but then they use machines to evolve the humans.
Yeah, like I say, he's surgically enhanced. Brixton is surgically enhanced, and I think, but he's the only one, right? Is any of the other people surgically enhanced?
Oh, we don't know, do we? So quite easy to introduce a new character in part 2.
But Haiti Shaw gets away with the virus, and so
And
but
she's
Brixton
hot.
kills. Yeah, she is smoking hot. Brixton kills her crew, her MI5 buddies, and pin the blame on her. So everybody's looking for her. The CIA is looking for her. The British government is looking for her.
Because this organization has people everywhere.
And they, of course, they
can
for
control
some
the
reason,
narrative.
I don't know why Luke Hobbs gets called into this. He's part of he works for the diplomatic security service, right? So, which is part of the State Department. So I guess I don't know, the spies come from the State Department. So maybe that was the whole, and he's supposedly this awesome tracker, and he comes to Britain and like tracks her down.
You know, wouldn't it have been nice to see actually how he figured out where she was
Well,
instead of just showing up?
They showed a little. He comes into where does he even go? He goes somewhere, and like
one of those tall buildings.
he goes to some kind of government agency, British government agency.
No, it was a CIA black site.
Oh, was okay. So
Yeah, it was a CIA
they had a
black site.
network of all the CCTV cameras, because in Britain they have cameras everywhere
I know,
because
that's
of
crazy.
because of the IRA. Basically, they've been at war with the IRA for decades, so they have cameras everywhere, and he basically has them pull up the cameras, and he says, "Show me the areas that are not covered by the cameras." And of course, they were able to do that within a few seconds.
Yeah.
And which gives him some kind of map. But I'm like, he doesn't live in London. How does he know which way she would go? Because it's like there's several routes for her to take when they bring up that part of the map. I'm like, how does he figure out exactly where she went? Because she has, of course she has some kind of...
And she's a super trained
But she has
agent.
She has this nice ass apartment, flat, they say in Britain. She has this nice flat that no one knows about but her.
Well, the bad guys find it too.
Yeah, everybody finds it. What I'm saying is they have to call in Hobbs to find it. The bad guys find it, but they have to bring in Hobbs from America to find something that they should be able to find themselves. He's able to find it in like minutes. Does that make any sense?
No, I mean, we could just sit here and point out the
plot holes.
The plot holes, because they were numerous, and you're not walking into this film with expecting good writing.
Yeah.
You know?
You just want to see, hey, get past all this crap. This is good. It doesn't even matter. You just want to get to the chase scene.
Chase scenes, the cars, what kind of crazy car stunt they're going to do in this one, like chaining cars together and then hooking it to a helicopter, and then...
It seems like Fast and Furious, though, you have to have the scene where the car goes under the tractor trailer.
Yep.
And then,
but a different way than you've ever done it before.
They had two going from different directions, so it was like this. Okay.
And then Brixton does this crazy, sits behind his motorcycle, and...
Why are these tractor trailers,
going opposite directions on a back street?
In London?
Yeah.
They just happen to be in the middle of London going...
And once again, you have a crap ton of bad guy extras that their only purpose
is to die,
is to get beat half to death. And most of these people, I don't know what it is about these Hollywood action movies, but it's like, if you've ever been in a fight or know anybody who's been in a fight, a couple of punches to the face, you're pretty much going to stop fighting. But some of these guys, they were hitting them over the head with sticks, and they were getting back up. They were hitting them with cars, and they were jumping back up. And it was like, man, these are some tough extras you got here.
No one ever gets tired in these fights either.
No.
If you notice, if you watch any what's the
MMA.
MMA fights. After 2 rounds,
Yeah, they can barely lift their arms.
yeah, they get very tired.
Yeah, and the rounds are only like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So 8 minutes of fighting an opponent, and you're going to be just breathing hard and barely able to do anything.
And my thing with Brixton, does you find out? I think they say he was bulletproof or something at one point. Does it even matter? Does it even matter if he's this superhuman guy? Because my thing is Hobbs and Shaw are superhuman. They don't get hurt.
Even when they fall out of a helicopter,
they fall
into a ravine.
Yeah, they don't get hurt.
Nobody got hurt. Well,
she didn't even get hurt. She had the machine hooked up to her,
and it didn't fall off or anything.
And then,
really? It fell off. It was next to her, but then it was like,
but it didn't crack.
He's like, of course, the one extra that survived, the one bad guy henchman that survived, is like, watch her, and as soon as the number hits 0, shoot her in the face. Shoot her in the face twice, or something like that, he said. And I was like, yeah, she's going to kick his ass.
This is what got me. That little machine, they were using this machine to pretty much extract the virus from her. Earlier in the movie, it gets like messed up. So, but then later it survives a helicopter crash.
Well, because the Samoan mechanic fixed it.
But see, that's the thing. It's only fragile when they need it to be fragile. When they need to move the plot. Oh, we got 30 minutes left in this movie. They were trying to extract it earlier in the film, and they're like, no, we got to have them go to Samoa now. So we're gonna have this. We're gonna have this thing break.
We got to use the clock for tension. There's got to be a clock counting down to something in these action movies.
We got to get him to Samoa. But my thing is, why couldn't it would have been much more interesting if you find out his brother is like a dentist or something.
Oh, yeah.
And his dentist.
What is he gonna do?
And he has to learn to fight. Oh, I got some killers coming.
Wife's yelling.
What do you want me to do about it? That would have been a lot
You need to cut the grass.
This guy could not just be some dude. He's got to be some dude. The only dude on earth who can fix this machine.
I know somebody.
Who also happens to have a chop shop full of beautiful cars.
And and you think about all the people that Hobbs and Shaw know in their life. To fix this highly scientific, highly advanced technology, he's like, I know the guy, but it's not going to be easy.
And he's estranged from his family. He hasn't seen them like 20 years or something. And his brother punches him. But it's, they're going to figure this out within, how many minutes we got left?
Yeah, we only got a few minutes.
Within 5 minutes, they're going to be reconciled.
The quickest family resolution in history.
I haven't seen you in 20 years, but yes, I'm going to risk my life for you.
But we're Samoan, and you will help him. And of course, the mom's the one she's the rock of the family,
right.
and she's telling them. Then they go to open the weapons, and it's a bunch of sticks and hatchets.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to have and I was like, okay, what are they going to do now? Oh, yeah, that's right. The guns that the bad guys have to be
hacked. They got to be hacked.
I was going to say the guns have to be activated by I guess.
Oh, sorry.
So they figure out that they can hack their guns to not work, but it's like only for like 6 minutes. So they'll go, okay, this is the plan. Of course, they're going to go, we're going to go old school. That's another phrase they need to ban. We're going to go old school.
Yeah.
Oh.
But, with all that said, and the things we're pointing out that were problems in the storyline, whatever, I smiled through the whole movie.
Yeah.
I was entertained.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it.
And let me tell you what they did in this movie, and we haven't mentioned this.
Okay.
2 cameos.
That's right.
2 cameos that put this movie on a new plane. Ryan Reynolds is a handler, CIA handler.
Yeah.
Who has got like a bromance crush on...
Okay, but you got to realize why he's in the movie. The director of this movie name's David Lech. He directed
Deadpool
2.
Deadpool 2, okay.
Deadpool 2.
So that's how they got him in there.
Yeah.
And then the other one, which he was great. He was 100% Ryan Reynolds. I mean, and
he has Ryan Reynolds has the timing of a comedian.
Yo, he is a comedian. That's how he started out.
Did he start out as a comedian?
I mean, I don't know if he did stand-up, but he started out in movies.
He has the best delivery.
Movies.
He literally can say anything and make you laugh.
That's a custom Rolls Royce. One of a kind.
I thought that was an unusual color. Is that periwinkle?
And it's like, and he has some terrible lines, but they all were delivered with such confidence, you laugh.
Oh, I
like that brick line. Somebody killed a man with a brick. A brick.
How hard do you have to hit somebody with a brick to penetrate their body?
Apparently not that hard. Did you see the end credit scene?
No. I've got to start sticking around for these things.
There was like 4 of them, man.
That's why everybody was still sitting there.
Oh my God, there were so many of them. I went to the bathroom. Okay. I saw like 2 of them, went to the bathroom. I got back, there was another one that I missed. I went online. The only reason I know what was in it is I went online and read about it. I was like, there's going to be another one. I had a feeling. And then at the very end of the credits, there was another one. And it was dumb. It wasn't even worth waiting for it to the very end.
Well, I didn't see any of them, so I'm going to have to go check them out.
But yeah, Ryan Reynolds says, oh, guess what? Because there's another virus in the very end. He's tracked down another virus and he's killed all these people. He's calling Hobbs for some reason, telling him about it. He says, apparently killing somebody with a brick isn't that hard. And they cut to this guy and he's laying on the ground. He has a brick in him.
Not as hard as I thought.
And Hobbs like hangs up on him. Coincidentally, that's the same thing that happened in that end credit with Far From Home, the Spider-Man. Nick Fury hangs up on the guy, the Skrull guy. I'm like,
yeah.
These movies are what's going on here? They're all coming generic. They're having these generic endings.
Well, I just didn't think that Hobbs and Shaw would have end credit, like after credit.
No, there was, like I said, there was like 4 of them. I was kind of annoyed when Kevin Hart appeared.
Were you?
It's like...
Oh, Kevin Hart was the other one.
In fact, nobody was even... What was the reaction in your theater when he appeared? Did people start laughing or anything?
Well, there was reaction, but it wasn't like super strong.
Because in my theater, the way he appears in the movie, he just appears. And I think they did it because they thought it would get a big laugh. There was no reaction in my theater. I kind of groaned when I saw him. I'm like, seriously?
He's in everything.
He's in every rock movie now. They're about to do a Jumanji too, and they're both starring. I'm like, really? I'm getting sick of seeing. Okay, I'm one of those people. I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan. I like The Upside.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Most of the movies I've seen him in, though, I'm like,
really?
It's kind of like when Dane Cook was really big and was making all those horrible movies, and it's like, and I don't want to make it about race, but it seems like there's something that black people like in their comedians, but then that, like, when a black comedian crosses over to that other side that's very lucrative, where all white people like you, he's in that space right now.
Yeah, I mean,
he's in that crossover space, but I don't think his humor just does not grab me the way somebody like Dave Chappelle or something. But Dave Chappelle's not a movie star like he is, of course.
He could be, but he chooses not to take his, because he can act. Dave Chappelle can act.
He can act, but he's in that space, and he's in that Dane Cook space, and I just don't.
Have you seen Dane Cook lately?
He's yeah. He's gotten big.
He's gotten big, and he looks old.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
He's one of those people that
left him wet and didn't dry him out.
Looked like he went a few years off the grid and got
off the grid.
Yeah, I mean, you see that happen to some people. They get real big and then they just disappear overnight, and you're like, and then all of a sudden they appear again. And they're like, they look like crap.
Like Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Brendan Fraser looks awful.
That happened to Val Kilmer too.
Yeah,
Val Kilmer was he lasted till he was thin and good looking for a long time though, but then all of a sudden he just got super fat. Not that I can talk.
I saw Val Kilmer in something recently in his current state, and he still got his acting chops. You know.
Yeah.
He can still.
He never got his due. I don't think he never came in his own.
You know, Cuba Gooding Jr. The same thing has happened to him.
Yeah, he got.
Did he get arrested?
He got arrested for some girl said he groped her or something.
Because
he was drunk at a party and she said he groped her.
When was this?
This was like not long ago. It was like
okay, because I saw something on Facebook where they were taking him away in handcuffs, and I was like,
well, he surrendered himself. And yeah, they do the perp walk.
Man, that's why, guys. Man, can't go get out of control in a situation.
You can't even.
You can't.
I don't want to get political. I don't want to get political here. You can't even. If I was a celebrity, I would not hug any women because any of them can say, "Oh, well, he grabbed my butt or he grabbed something." You think of probably with an actor who is fairly accommodating to fans. You just think of all the hugs they probably give
right
within a year.
Or athletes.
Anybody can say anything, man. And it's like there's nothing. They don't even need proof. Anyway, getting back to the film, it was pretty good as far as Fast and Furious movies go. I have to admit something. I haven't seen all the Fast and Furious movies. I've seen maybe 3 of them.
I think I've seen all of them, but most of them, and I'll be quite honest here, most of them I wait till they come on Netflix.
A lot of times I'll see my wife watching them, and I'll sit down, and I'm just, within like 2 minutes, this is ludicrous. My wife's like, shut up.
This is the first one I've seen in the movie theater.
Okay.
This is the first one I've seen.
I saw the Fast and Furious, the very first one in the movie theater. And I saw the second one at home. And I saw, what was that one where Vin Diesel had the EMP car?
I don't even remember, man. They all run together for me.
He had an EMP car. It was the movie where Deckard Shaw and Hobbs, they're both in prison at the same time and they break out together.
That was the last one.
Yeah, so I saw that one, and I saw half of the one before that. But yeah, he had an EMP car.
I think Hobbs was in the 2 previous ones.
Yeah.
Shaw was just in the last one, and they were in prison together. And then,
Shaw, you know the one thing about these films, he killed one of the good guys in, what was it, Furious 7 or whatever, and now he's a good guy. It's like, that's one of the things about these films. You can be a bad guy in one film, and like 2 films later, you're a good guy.
Yeah.
Because Vin Diesel's character was the bad guy in the first movie.
Yep. And now
it don't even matter.
Again,
you can kill somebody fairly innocent. Like doesn't like Deckard Shaw kill like a bunch of police officers in the first Fast and Furious movie? He said because his brother's in the hospital and And then they show all these dead police officers going up to his room, and then Deckard Shaw sitting in there in a room with him. I'm like, this is the guy that's a hero in this movie.
It didn't take much, man.
So let's give it. Okay, what would you rate it?
I'm gonna go 4, and I'm only giving it a 4 because the action there was a lot of unique action in it, and it was entertaining. Like I said, I smiled the whole time.
I like them as a pair. I think that works. That's one thing that is undeniable. They have charisma and they have it together. I want to see more adventures with these guys.
They work well off each other.
But as a movie, I'll probably give it a 2 or 3. I wouldn't give it, 2 is probably too harsh. Maybe 2.5.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Because it felt like I had seen this movie over and over again. If you watch any of these Fast and Furious movies, it's like I've seen this movie before.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the car go under the trailer. I don't think there was anything in this movie I hadn't seen before. None of the fighting was original.
The cars in this one there were a few cars at the beginning that, Shaw had that whole underground layer thing with all the cars.
Yeah.
All the nice sports cars. And then a Mini Cooper or something. That was the last one. But then, like, the crazy cars was like when they went to the corporation's secret facility that had all the, like, nuclear smokestacks, like 10 of them over the top of it.
Yeah.
And those were still, like, as soon as I saw that one, like, four-wheel drive truck at the very beginning of that scene,
yeah,
I was like, that's going to play an important role in this next sequence. And it did. Because that was what they stole to get out of there. That and then that that big truck that Hobbs is driving through buildings. Oh, what about the car that hit the barn during the Samoan part and blew it sky high?
I don't remember that part.
You don't remember that? I think you. I thought you had mentioned something about that.
No, I was talking about when they're at the nuclear facility and something hits that building and that smokestack comes down.
Oh, right.
It's like a mushroom cloud explosion.
Well, no, the building was blowing up underneath it. Remember?
Yeah.
They set that hydrogen bomb off.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's what knocked the smokestack
But
down.
I remember thinking, wow, there's dynamite in every brick in that building.
But there
was. Yeah, that's right. I
scene
forgot about that hydrogen bomb.
And the scene, I thought
it's
you were
still a
talking
hydrogen bomb, though.
Well, yeah.
A hydrogen bomb is basically.
And how, if that was a nuclear facility, how that not melt down? Anyway, but the scene I'm talking about was they were in Samoa, and they were having that big battle right there where the sun came up instantly.
Yeah.
It was dark, and then it was light.
The beginning of the last fight is pitch dark, and then halfway through the scene.
It's like two camera angle changes, and then it's full blast noon.
It's like, what the? And I didn't even bat an eye at that. I was like, okay.
But during that scene, one of the bad guy cars, which they had like a contract with Land Rover, I think, because they had like 75 Land Rovers.
Yeah.
And how they got them all there at the same time that the helicopter got there to Samoa. That's interesting.
Yeah. How did they do that?
And
they're all black and equipped with the.
Yeah, they didn't cover that.
It didn't matter.
But
because they go from Ukraine. They were in the Ukraine with all those. That's where their base was.
Yeah.
So they moved all that stuff, all those cars, to Samoa
in like an 8-hour period.
Yeah. How did they? So they had like a C-40. What is it called? C-47.
Whatever.
Jumbo jet.
They must have had 10 of them because they had like 30 cars on the island. But anyway, one of them drove into like the barn building behind them where they were fighting in front of.
Yeah.
And it blew the whole building up. Like
I don't remember that.
10 gallons of fertilizer bomb or something.
I don't remember that.
But
that sounds about right.
But yeah, we should do one of those things where we review a film and we count how many explosions were in it. You know what I'm talking about? Give the counter like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20, 25. And it's like 300 explosions in a Fast and Furious film.
Oh my God. These movies are hilarious. If you think about these movies too hard, they're hilarious.
I can't wait to get to another good release of movie where we can actually like enjoy the writing, the acting, all of that stuff. You know, we're on a string of like.
Well, we did that last week. Once upon a time, and
well, yeah, but that was like 20 minutes of actual good movie to me.
Okay.
That's why to me, I'm like we're on a string of ones that are they're all
well,
right.
it's the summertime, man. What do you expect? You're gonna.
Yeah, but there's one coming out called 1917.
Yeah, I
and
saw
it's,
that.
Directed by Spielberg.
Is it Spielberg?
I believe so. I believe
No, it was Nolan, Jonathan Nolan.
Oh, what?
Christopher Nolan, is that his name?
Christopher Nolan, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe Spielberg was just responding to that movie because he made so many good.
Probably a producer. You know, Spielberg is a big time producer too.
And he's good at making. If Tom Hanks isn't in it though, I should have known it wasn't him. All right. Well,
Tom Hanks as Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is Mr. Rogers.
He plays everybody.
He's playing Mr. Rogers for real.
Oh God.
But anyway, I guess that's all we.
Yeah, that's all. That's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank my subscribers. Y'all making me look good. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and. What you waiting for? What you waiting for?
That's right. And
We put these things out every week, at least, right?
right. But we try. Well, you put out, sometimes up to 2 a week.
Yeah, sometimes. So go ahead, subscribe, give us some comment, give us a like. Tell us what you think. Did we get it wrong? Did we get it right? Does it even matter?
Doesn't matter, yeah.
And that's all we got for today. We will see you when we see you. Thanks for watching.